cruise crew smile at you every day, but some passengers secretly become the stories they laugh about after their shift ends. I dug through cruise crew interviews, staff forums, and first-hand accounts from bartenders, cabin stewards, dining waiters, guest services officers, and cruise directors, all answering one question: what do passengers do that actually drives them crazy? I expected a few funny answers. Instead, I found patterns that completely changed how I'll behave on my next cruise. And chances are you've probably done at least one of these too. One habit came up again and again from almost every single account I found. It wasn't what I expected at all, so we'll save that one for the end. Let's start with something small. Cabin stewards bring this up constantly. Guests who leave their cabin a disaster and still expect a towel animal waiting for them. Here's the reality. Stewards are managing 16 cabins in about 20 minutes each. When a room is buried in wet swimsuits, room service trays, and sand tracked across the carpet, that 20 minutes disappears fast, and something has to give. Usually, it's you. That one felt minor. The next one causes actual arguments almost every single cruise. Reserving a pool chair at 6 in the morning with a towel and then not showing up until noon. This is one of the most complained about habits on any ship. Guest services ends up stuck in the middle, pulling towels off chairs while other passengers standing there with nowhere to sit. Some cruise lines have started timing chairs and removing towels after 40 minutes because passengers finally force their hand. Annoying, sure, but this next one, according to dining staff, actually changes how fast you get served. Snapping fingers or waving down a waiter like you're calling a dog. Most crew won't say anything in the moment because their reviews depend on staying polite no matter what, but it changes how quickly they come back to your table. Not because they're punishing you, but because a room full of people treating staff with basic respect naturally gets served first. That one's about respect. This next one is about safety, and crew take it more seriously than you'd think. And believe it or not, we're still not at the habit that almost everyone mentioned, treating the safety muster drill like a formality, skipping it, or showing up without a life jacket. Guest services officers have described real emergency drills where half of a group didn't know where to go because they'd never paid attention the first time. It's 20 minutes. Crew take it seriously because they've trained for years for the day they hope never comes. Now, here's one that surprised me because staff can spot it almost instantly, manufacturing a complaint just to get a free bottle of wine or an onboard credit. Crew talk to each other, and regulars on cruise forums even share how to get comped drinks by complaining the right way. If you're recognized as someone who does this every cruise, you don't get faster service. You get slower, more cautious service because nobody wants to be the one who gets blamed next. That one's sneaky. This next one is about a door most passengers never even think twice about. Pushing past crew-only doors out of pure curiosity, usually looking for a shortcut or a photo. Those areas aren't hidden luxury. They're narrow service corridors, galleys mid-service, and stairwells crew use to move fast during a 14-hour shift. It's less about rule breaking and more about safety. Someone wandering through with a drink in hand during a service rush is genuinely a hazard to themselves and to the crew carrying trays. Here's one almost every dining waiter mentions: talking over a waiter while he's explaining the menu, then getting frustrated when the order comes out wrong. Waiters are reciting allergens, prep details, and substitutions dozens of nights away. When nobody's actually listening, mistakes happen, and the crew member is the one who has to walk back to a table and apologize, even though it wasn't really their fault. And now, the one I promised you at the start. Out of everything I found, this is the one that came up the most, and it's not really a complaint at all. Never asking a crew member a single personal question for an entire week. Most crew are away from home 8, 9, sometimes 10 months at a stretch. Former cruise directors have said it themselves. The passengers people remember years later aren't the ones who tipped the most. They're the ones who asked their name and actually used it. There was a long pause after I read that. I didn't really know what to say. None of this means crew hate their jobs or hate passengers. Most crew genuinely love what they do, but behind the uniform and the trained smile, they notice everything, probably more than we we realize. So next time you're on board, maybe skip the reserved chair at 6 a.m., actually show up to the muster drill, and ask your steward's name. It costs nothing, and from everything I found, it goes a lot further than you'd think. So now I'm curious, which one surprised you the most? And be honest, which one have you actually done? Let me know in the comments. You might be surprised how many other cruisers admit the exact same thing. I'll go first. Guilty on the pool chair.